part 31 of sharing my story on here because it's so much easier than writing another book. And I had just like had this blowout argument with Reed where I was so pissed because if being a wife and a mother and a stay-at-home mom is the most honorable job on the planet, then why aren't you willing to do it? And it also just made more sense to me because if he's the head of the home, you can't be the head of the home if you're not at home. So take care of these 4 kids. I'm growing number 5 and everything's going to be just fine because I'll handle the work stuff. I love this shit. So I come back home from work and Reed had taken the kids out and they picked fresh blackberries and he had made an entire like blackberry pie, but a giant one. And he was like, "You're right. I'm sorry. You're right, I'm wrong, all the right things." And he's like, "Yeah, let's do this." But in hindsight, I can see that in 2010, we got married in March of 2004. When I'm pregnant with my 5th child, he is having this switch where he doesn't really like me anymore. But it's very slow and very gradual. This was the first hints of something isn't quite right. And I'm so freaking busy working because I'm sharing my story everywhere. I'm traveling all over the country. I've just got so much going. And then we're also looking for a new home church because our church had ghosted us when I went public with my story. Like all of these moving parts. And he's just not doing the things that he was doing prior. The crazy part about my relationship with Reed is that it wasn't what he did, it was what he didn't do. The problems were in the void. The problems were in all the things he didn't say, didn't do, didn't change, didn't honor. And that is just as important as the things that you do that hurt people. It's the things that you don't do that hurt people also hurt people. God. So he's just like not doing notes anymore. He's not rubbing my feet anymore. He's not being extra gentle with me anymore. And I'm at this really low point and high point simultaneously because I'm at like the height of my career. And yet I'm at this low point because I'm trying to manage grief and pregnancy number 5. And I'm not good being pregnant. And the media is awful. Like I'm doing all these interviews and God, I did this one with the Oregonian and I'm like 6 months pregnant. And so I just look hella fat and the photo is me like this. Like, and I'm like, are you serious? Like full color. And it was like the front page of the Metro section, full color above the fold. And I'm like this. And I'm like, what the fuck? You can Google it and find it. It was the Oregonian. I think it's 2010, 2011. You would have to search my full then name, which is Jessica Richardson Trafficking. And if you put trafficking with it, because Jessica Richardson's the most common name in the world, if you put trafficking with it, you'll end up finding it. And that article was so soul crushing because like almost everything was wrong. And then it was a horrible picture. And I contacted the writer and the editor, and I was like the details are wrong. This isn't even correct. And they're like, it doesn't matter. It's already getting attention. And then the comments on that post, on that article, just gutted me because it was things like, "Oh, she's just a fat, no one would fuck her anyway." And I'm like, what the hell? Oh, you'd have to pay her. You'd have to pay me to do that. And I'm just like, is this really what people are? Is this what it's like? And so I learned how to navigate hate online. And that was really ugly in a whole different way because like people think that you can't see, but you can see. Like your integrity is showing. So by about June or July of 2010, my little sister, who's 16, she's 14 and a half years younger than me. So I'm like 31 and she's 16. Yeah, that's right. And she comes to stay with us for the summer. And That's really good because I had been having problems and kind of having to negotiate with her dad, my ex-stepfather, to help her get help. Like, he wasn't going to get her a therapist. And at one point, she was like 3 weeks out of her mom dying, and he told her, oh, it's been long enough. You need to get over it now. And so I stepped in and was like, you have to get her a therapist, because that is, one, not okay. Don't say that shit. And two, you need intervention somewhere in here. And she gets off the plane. We're back to June or July 2010. And she gets off the plane. And one of the first things she says, it's like 10:30 at night, you know, and she's getting off the plane and she's like, my dad is fucking my counselor. And I'm just like, what? Are you serious? Like, what? He thought it would give her more access to her counselor. And she's coming out of his bedroom in a nightie. Oh my God, that was his problem all the way through. Oh, he was such a man-ho. Like, he was a man-slut because we didn't even charge for it. Which, oh God. He had been transferred around Walmart to Walmart to Walmart because he could not keep his thing in his pants. Like, the reviews at Walmart's were him screwing his employees and then fucking people over. It was so bad. At one point when I went to the hospital after number 4 was born. I had her at home. No, not number 4, number 3. I went to the hospital after I had my 3rd child. She was like a month old and I had a blood clot that went through my heart and into my lungs. And that was really scary, and funny because I ended up drinking red wine for quite a while and that actually helped with my blood problems. Anyway, red wine can be very good for you in small doses. But while I was in the hospital, I was contacted by one of his ex-girlfriends because he had been caught cheating. And so I'm having conversations in the hospital because I got nothing to do besides sit there. I'm having conversations with all these girlfriends that are now ex-girlfriends. And one of them sent me flowers. And I'm like, how rich is this? That I get flowers sent to me from my ex-stepfather's ex-girlfriends. I'm just causing chaos. I'm giving everyone the full story because he's a fucking prick. Anyway, back to 2010. Yeah, and he's screwing her counselor. I'm like, you cannot go home because this is really, really uncool. And we'll figure that out. Like, we'll figure it out along the way. But that's not a safe environment for you. She's not liking it. She's just looking for some freedom and trying to deal with the grief and the pain and all of the loss. Like, she just needed space. So by the time I had him, and at the end of 2010, we had started the year with 3 adults and 4 children in our household and ended the year with 6 children and 2 adults. Like that, it was like, okay, you are mother now and worker and entrepreneur and everything. Go team! It was unreal. But I ended up having him in December of 2010. And I am so glad I had a midwifery team for him because I was in labor for 4 days. I was 12 days past due. And I did have an ultrasound at like 10 days past due. And they're like, everything's good. He's just big. You want to know what big is?